Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something very important. We will talk about how to learn English faster. Many people want to speak English fluently. They study for months or even years, but they still feel nervous when they speak. Sometimes they know many words, but they cannot make sentences quickly. Sometimes they understand reading, but they cannot understand native speakers. If you feel this way, do not worry. You are not alone. Many English learners feel the same. The good news is that you can improve faster if you learn in the right way. A boy named Ollie wanted to learn English very badly. He watched English videos every day. He bought books. He downloaded apps on his phone. But after many months, he still could not speak well. One day, he asked his teacher, "Why am I not improving?" His teacher smiled and said, "Because you are learning English only with your eyes. You must learn with your ears, your mouth, and your heart." 2. Ollie did not understand at first, but later he realized something important. English is not only about memorizing grammar rules. English is about using the language every day. The first thing you should do is listen to English daily. Listening is one of the fastest ways to improve. When you listen every day, your brain slowly becomes familiar with the language. At first, it may sound difficult. You may not understand many words, and that is okay. Keep listening. Slowly, your ears will become stronger. You will begin to hear words more clearly. You will notice how people speak. You will learn pronunciation naturally. Ollie started listening to simple English stories every morning. At first, he only understood a few words. Sometimes he felt frustrated, but he did not stop. Every day, he listened again and again. After a few weeks, something amazing happened. He started understanding whole sentences. He became more confident. Listening every day changed his learning journey. Another important thing is speaking. Many learners are afraid to speak English because they fear mistakes. They think people will laugh at them. But mistakes are part of learning. Every fluent speaker once made mistakes too. Mores. You cannot become a good speaker if you never practice speaking. So speak every day, even if your English is not perfect. Ali started talking to himself in English. He spoke while walking in his room. He described things around him. He said, "This is my chair. This is my phone. Today the weather is hot." These were simple sentences, but they helped him practice. Slowly, his speaking became smoother. He did not stop when he forgot words. He learned to continue speaking with simple vocabulary. Reading is also very powerful. Reading helps you learn new words and sentence structures. It also improves your grammar naturally. Start with easy books or short stories. Do not choose very difficult books in the beginning. Simple stories are better because they help you enjoy learning. Ali started reading children's stories in English. The stories were simple and fun. He learned many new words from them. Every time he found a new word, he wrote it in a notebook. Then he tried to use that word in a sentence. This helped him remember the vocabulary better. Writing is another great habit. Writing helps you organize your thoughts in English. When you write, you practice vocabulary, grammar, and sentence formation together. You do not need to write long essays. Start with small paragraphs. Write about your day, your family, your hobbies, or your dreams. Ali kept a small journal. Every night, he wrote a few sentences in English. At first, his sentences were very short. He wrote things like, "Today I went to the market. I bought fruit. I felt happy." Slowly, his writing improved. After some months, he could write full paragraphs easily. Writing every day made him more confident. Another important tip is repetition. Repeating helps your brain remember better. When you learn a new word or sentence, repeat it many times. Use it in speaking and writing. The more you repeat, the easier it becomes to remember. Ali used to repeat new words loudly. Sometimes he repeated one sentence 10 times. This helped him speak more naturally. Repetition made difficult words become easy for him. So never feel shy about repeating things again and again. Repetition is one of the secrets of fast learning. Watching English videos can also help a lot. Videos are fun and educational. They help you hear real English. You learn pronunciation, expressions, and daily conversations. You can watch cartoons, movies, interviews, or YouTube videos. Choose something simple and interesting. Ali loved watching English cartoons. The characters spoke clearly and used easy vocabulary. He watched the same cartoon many times. Because of this, he remembered many useful sentences. Watching videos made learning exciting for him. Another important thing is thinking in English. Many learners translate everything in their minds. This makes speaking slow. Try to think directly in English. Start with simple thoughts. For example, think, "I am hungry," or "I need water." Small thoughts help your brain become faster in English. At first, Ali translated every sentence from his own language into English. It made him confused, but later he started thinking in simple English sentences. Slowly, speaking became easier. His brain became more comfortable with the language. You should also stay consistent. Learning English for 10 minutes every day is better than studying only once a week for many hours. Small daily practice creates big results over time. Consistency is very important. Ali made a daily routine. He listened to English in the morning, read in the afternoon, and practiced speaking at night. Now, some days he felt tired, but he still practiced a little. Because he stayed consistent, he improved faster. Another thing you must remember is patience. Learning a language takes time. Some days you will feel motivated. Other days you may feel slow. That is normal. Do not give up. Every small step matters. Ali sometimes felt sad because he still made mistakes. But then he looked at his old notebook and saw how much he had improved. This gave him hope. He understood that progress happens slowly, step by step. Learning English faster is possible if you enjoy the process. Do not study only because you feel forced. Find ways to make learning fun. Sing songs in English. Watch funny videos. Talk with friends. Celebrate small achievements. Enjoying the journey helps you stay motivated. Always remember that confidence grows with practice. The more you use English, the better you become. One day, you will look back and feel proud of your progress. So keep going. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. Chapter 2. Build strong English habits every day. Good habits can change your English completely. Many people think they need special talent to learn English, but that is not true. The real secret is daily practice. Small habits done every day can create big results. Even 10 or 15 minutes of practice every day can help you improve faster than studying for many hours only once a week. There was a girl named Sarah. She wanted to speak English fluently. She studied very hard for a few days, but then she stopped for weeks. After some time, she forgot many things. She felt frustrated. One day, her cousin gave her simple advice. He said, "Do a little every day." Sarah decided to follow this advice. She made small English habits, and slowly her English became much better. The first habit you should build is listening every morning. Morning is a very good time for learning because your mind feels fresh. Even if you only listen for 10 minutes, it helps your brain wake up in English. You can listen to short stories, podcasts, or simple conversations. Norder. Sarah started listening to English while drinking tea in the morning. At first, she only listened quietly. Later, she started repeating sentences after the speaker. This helped her pronunciation improve. Slowly, English became part of her daily routine. Another powerful habit is learning a few new words every day. Do not try to memorize hundreds of words at once. That can make you tired. Instead, learn a small number of words and use them often. 5 new words every day can become hundreds of words in a few months. Sarah kept a vocabulary notebook. Every day, she wrote 5 new words with their meanings. Then she made simple sentences using those words. For example, when she learned the word happy, she wrote, "I feel happy today." This simple practice helped her remember words easily. Speaking every day is also very important. Some learners wait until their English becomes perfect before they speak. But this is a mistake. Speaking is how you improve. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. Sarah was shy in the beginning. She felt nervous when speaking English, so she started with small conversations. She spoke to herself in the mirror. She asked herself simple questions like, "What did I do today?" Then she answered in English. This practice helped her become more confident. Another good habit is reading something simple every day. Reading helps you understand sentence structure naturally. It also increases your vocabulary. You do not need difficult books. Start with easy stories, short articles, or even children's books. Sarah loved reading short English stories before sleeping. Sometimes she read the same story many times. Repeating stories helped her understand more words and phrases. Slowly, reading became easier for her. Writing daily can also help you improve faster. Writing helps you organize your thoughts in English. It teaches you how to form sentences correctly. You can write about your day, your plans, or your feelings. Sarah wrote a small diary every night. She wrote things like, "Today I visited my friend," or "I watched an English video." At first, her writing was simple, but over time it became longer and better. Writing every day improved her grammar naturally. Another important habit is reviewing old lessons. Many learners forget this step. They always learn new things but never review old things. Because of this, they forget quickly. Reviewing helps move information into your long-term memory. Every weekend, Sarah reviewed the words and sentences she learned during the week. She read her notebook again and practiced, speaking the words out loud. This simple review helped her remember more. Voorbenon, so poured. You should also practice pronunciation regularly. Good pronunciation helps people understand you clearly. You do not need a perfect accent. You only need clear pronunciation. One good way to improve pronunciation is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately. Sarah practiced shadowing with short English videos. She paused the video after every sentence and repeated what she heard. At first, it felt difficult. But later, her pronunciation improved a lot. Another useful habit is using English in daily life. Try to surround yourself with English. Change your phone language to English. Read English signs. Watch English content online. The more English you see, the more natural it becomes. Sarah changed the language on her mobile phone to English. At first, she felt confused, but after a few weeks, she became comfortable with many English words she saw every day. This small change helped her learn naturally. You should also make learning fun. If learning feels boring all the time, you may lose motivation. Fun activities help you stay interested. You can play word games, sing songs, or watch funny videos in English. Sarah loved music. She started listening to English songs every evening. She searched for the lyrics and sang along. This improved her listening and pronunciation at the same time. Learning became enjoyable for her. Another important habit is asking questions. Never feel shy about asking. When you do not understand something, questions help you learn faster. Curious learners improve more quickly because they actively search for answers. Whenever Sarah found a confusing sentence, she asked her teacher or searched online for the meaning. This habit helped her understand English more deeply. Staying positive is also very important. Some days will feel difficult. Sometimes you may forget words or make mistakes. That is normal. Do not become discouraged. Every learner faces challenges. One day, Sarah tried speaking English with a new friend. She made many mistakes and felt embarrassed. Later, she wanted to stop practicing. But then she remembered that mistakes are part of learning. Instead of giving up, she practiced even more. After some months, she became much more confident. Another powerful habit is setting small goals. Goals help you stay focused. Instead of saying, "I want to learn English," make clear goals. Make clear goals. For example, I will learn 10 new words this week. Or I will practice speaking for 15 minutes every day. Sarah made small weekly goals. Each time she reached a goal, she felt proud. This motivated her to continue learning. Small successes gave her confidence. Consistency is the most important thing of all. You do not need to study perfectly every day. You only need to continue. Some days you may study for 1 hour. Other days may be only 10 minutes. That is okay. The important thing is not stopping. Sarah learned this lesson slowly. In the beginning, she wanted fast results. But later, she understood that language learning is like growing a plant. You must water it every day. Over time, it becomes stronger and bigger. Remember, fluency does not happen overnight. It comes step by step. Every sentence you read, every word you learn, and every conversation you practice brings you closer to your goal. You are already improving, even if you do not notice it yet. Keep building strong habits. Keep practicing every day. Your future self will thank you for not giving up. Chapter 3. Stop being afraid of mistakes. If you feel this way, do not worry. You are not alone. Almost every English learner feels nervous at some point. Even people who speak English fluently today once made many mistakes. Mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teachers. Every mistake helps you learn something new. A young man named Hamza. Hamza loved English. He watched English movies and listened to English songs every day. He understood many words, but he almost never spoke English. Whenever someone asked him to speak, he became nervous. His hands shook, and his mind became blank. One day, Hamza met an old teacher in a bookstore. The teacher asked him, "Why do you not speak English?" Hamza replied, "Because I am afraid of making mistakes." The teacher smiled and said, "If you never make mistakes, you will never improve." These words stayed in Hamza's mind for a long time. The next day, Hamza decided to change. He started speaking English little by little. At first, he spoke very slowly. Sometimes his grammar was wrong. Sometimes he forgot words. But he continued anyway. Slowly, his confidence began to grow. The first thing you must understand is that mistakes are normal. When babies learn to walk, they fall many times. But they keep trying. Language learning is the same. You cannot become fluent without making mistakes. Every mistake shows that you are trying and learning. Hamza realized that staying silent was slowing his progress. So he made a new rule for himself. Every day, he would speak English for at least 15 minutes. He did not care if his English sounded perfect. He only focused on practice. At first, Hamza practiced alone. He stood in front of a mirror and talked about his day. He said things like, "Today I went to the market," or "I ate rice for dinner." These were simple sentences, but they helped him become more comfortable speaking English. Another important thing is not comparing yourself to others. Some learners improve quickly. Others need more time. Everyone learns differently. If you compare yourself to fluent speakers all the time, you may feel discouraged. Instead, compare yourself to your past self. Hamza had a friend named Bilal who spoke English very well. In the beginning, Hamza felt jealous. He thought, "Why can he speak so easily while I struggle?" But later, Bilal told him something important. He said, "I also struggled in the beginning. I made many mistakes too." This helped Hamza understand that fluency takes time and practice. Another helpful tip is to focus on communication, not perfection. The purpose of language is communication. Even if your grammar is not perfect, people can still understand you. Many learners stop speaking because they want every sentence to be perfect. This creates stress and fear. One day, Hamza visited a small cafe where tourists often came. He decided to practice speaking English there. He felt nervous, but he still tried. A tourist asked him for directions. Hamza spoke slowly and made some mistakes, but the tourist understood him and thanked him warmly. That moment gave Hamza a lot of confidence. He realized that communication matters more than perfection. You should also learn to laugh at your mistakes sometimes. Mistakes are part of the journey. They are not something to feel ashamed of. Sometimes, funny mistakes can become great learning experiences. Once Hamza wanted to say, "I am excited," but he accidentally said, "I am exhausted." Everyone laughed kindly, including Hamza himself. Later, he never forgot the difference between those two words again. That small mistake helped him remember the correct meaning forever. Another good way to reduce fear is to practice with supportive people. Find friends, teachers, or online partners who encourage you. Positive people make learning easier and more enjoyable. Hamza joined a small English speaking group online. Everyone there was learning English too. They all made mistakes together, and nobody laughed at each other. This made Hamza feel safe. Slowly, he became more confident speaking with others. Listening can also help reduce fear. When you listen to English regularly, your brain becomes more familiar with sentence patterns. Speaking becomes easier because you already know how sentences sound. Hamza started listening to simple English podcasts every morning. He repeated sentences after the speakers. This practice improved both his listening and speaking skills. After some months, he noticed that speaking felt more natural. Another important thing is patience. Confidence does not appear in one day. It grows slowly with practice. Some days you may feel strong and confident. Other days you may feel shy again. That is normal. Keep practicing anyway. There were times when Hamza still felt nervous. Sometimes he forgot simple words while speaking, but instead of stopping, he kept trying. Slowly, his fear became smaller and smaller. You should also celebrate your progress. Many learners only focus on what they cannot do. They forget to notice how much they have already improved. Celebrate every small success. One evening, Hamza listened to an old recording of himself speaking English. He noticed how much better he sounded now. His pronunciation had improved. His sentences were longer. This made him feel proud and motivated him to continue learning. Another important lesson is to stop translating everything in your mind. Translation can slow you down and increase fear. Try to think directly in English using simple words. Short thoughts are enough in the beginning. Hamza practiced thinking in English while walking outside. He looked at things around him and described them in simple sentences. He thought, "The sky is blue," or "That car is very fast." This small habit helped him become more comfortable using English naturally. Remember, confidence comes from action. You cannot become confident by only studying grammar books. You become confident by using English again and again. Every conversation makes you stronger. There will always be mistakes on your journey. Even fluent speakers make mistakes sometimes. The difference is that they do not stop speaking because of those mistakes. They continue confidently. Hamza finally understood something very important. Fear disappears slowly when you face it. Every time he spoke English, even with mistakes. He became braver. One day, he realized he was no longer afraid to speak. You can reach that point too. Do not wait until your English becomes perfect. Start speaking now. Use simple words. Use simple sentences. Practice every day. Little by little, your fear will disappear. Always remember this. Mistakes are signs of progress. Every mistake means you are learning, growing, and becoming stronger. So, never be ashamed of them. Chapter 4. Learn English by listening every day. Many learners focus only on grammar books. They spend hours studying rules, but when they hear native speakers talking, they feel lost. This happens because listening is a skill that needs practice, just like your muscles become stronger with exercise. Your listening skills become stronger with daily practice. A boy named Zane. Zane studied English in school for many years. He knew grammar rules very well, but he could not understand spoken English. Whenever he watched English videos, the words sounded too fast. And he felt frustrated and thought, maybe English was too difficult for him. One day, his older brother gave him simple advice. He said, "Stop trying to understand every single word. Listen every day." At first, Zane did not believe this advice would help, but he decided to try it anyway. Every morning, Zane listened to simple English stories for 15 minutes. In the beginning, he understood very little. Sometimes he only understood a few words like happy, school, or friend. But he continued listening every day without giving up. After a few weeks, something surprising happened. Zane started recognizing more words. He began understanding simple sentences. His ears slowly became familiar with English sounds. This gave him confidence to continue. One important thing you must remember is that listening takes patience. In the beginning, it is normal to feel confused. Your brain is still getting used to the language. Do not stop just because you cannot understand everything immediately. Improvement happens slowly. Zane learned this lesson step. Some days he felt happy because he understood many sentences. Other days he felt frustrated because the speakers talked too fast. But he kept listening every day, and slowly his understanding improved. Another helpful tip is to listen to easy content first. Many learners make the mistake of choosing difficult movies or advanced podcasts in the beginning. This can make learning stressful. Start with simple English videos, children's stories, cartoons, or beginner podcasts. Zane started with children's stories because the language was simple and clear. The speakers talked slowly, and the stories were easy to follow. This helped him build confidence. Later, he slowly moved to more difficult content. Repetition is also very important for listening practice. Listening to the same audio many times helps your brain notice new words and sentence patterns. 1. The first time you listen, you may understand very little. The second or third time, you understand much more. Zane listened to the same short story every evening for 1 week. At first, he thought it was boring, but after some days, he realized he could understand almost every sentence. Repeating the story helped him improve quickly. Another powerful method is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately. This helps your listening, pronunciation, and speaking at the same time. It trains your mouth and ears together. Every night, Zane practiced shadowing with short English videos. He paused after every sentence and repeated what he heard. At first, his pronunciation sounded weak, but slowly it improved. He started speaking more naturally because of this practice. Listening to music can also help you learn English faster. Songs are fun and relaxing. They help you remember words and pronunciation more easily. When you sing along with songs, you practice speaking too. Zane loved English songs. He searched for song lyrics online and listened carefully while reading the words. Sometimes he sang loudly in his room. This made learning feel enjoyable instead of stressful. Another important thing is listening actively. Many people play English audio in the background, but never pay attention. Active listening means focusing carefully on the words and trying to understand the message. Zane changed the way he listened. Instead of just hearing the sound, he focused on understanding the meaning. He paid attention to pronunciation, sentence structure, and expressions. This improved his listening much faster. Watching videos with subtitles can also help beginners. Subtitles help you connect spoken words with written words, but try not to depend on subtitles forever. Slowly challenge yourself to listen without them. At first, Zane watched videos with English subtitles. This helped him understand difficult words. After some months, he started watching without subtitles sometimes. Even though it felt hard in the beginning, it improved his listening greatly. Another useful habit is listening during free time. You do not always need special study time for listening practice. You can listen while walking, cooking, traveling, or relaxing. Small moments of listening every day make a big difference. Zane started listening to English podcasts while traveling to school. Instead of wasting time, he turned travel time into learning time. This simple habit gave him extra daily practice. Listening to different accents is also very helpful. English is spoken in many countries, and people sound different. Some accents may feel difficult at first, but listening to different speakers helps your understanding become stronger. Zane listened to speakers from the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia. In the beginning, some accents sounded strange to him, but slowly he became comfortable hearing different styles of English. Another important lesson is not translating every word in your mind. Translation slows down listening. Try to understand the meaning directly in English. Focus on the general idea instead of every single word. At first, Zane translated everything into his own language. This made listening difficult and slow. Later, he stopped worrying about every word and focused on understanding the main message. PET. This made listening easier and more natural. You should also be patient with yourself. Some days your listening may feel strong. Other days it may feel difficult. This is normal. Language learning is not perfect every day. What matters most is continuing practice. One evening, Zane listened to an old podcast he could not understand before. This time, he understood almost everything. He felt amazed and proud of himself. He realized how much progress he had made through daily listening practice. Listening does more than improve understanding. It also improves pronunciation, vocabulary, speaking confidence, and grammar naturally. The more English you hear, the more natural English becomes in your mind. Zane noticed that after months of listening practice, he started using new words naturally. While speaking, he did not memorize grammar rules all the time. His brain learned many patterns automatically through listening. Always remember that listening is not a waste of time. Every minute you spend listening helps your brain grow stronger in English. Even if progress feels slow, your mind is learning quietly in the background. So listen every day. Listen with patience. Listen with curiosity. Enjoy the sounds of the language. Over time, English will start feeling more familiar and comfortable. Chapter 5. Improve your English by speaking more. Why does this happen? It happens because speaking is a skill that grows through practice. You cannot become a good speaker only by reading books. You must use your voice. You must practice speaking again and again. The more you speak, the easier English becomes. A girl named Ayesha. Ayesha loved learning English. She watched videos and studied vocabulary every day. She understood many things, but she almost never spoke English. She felt shy and afraid of making mistakes. One day, her teacher asked the class to introduce themselves in English. When it was Ayesha's turn, her heart started beating very fast. She stood up, but no words came out. She felt embarrassed and sat down quietly. After class, her teacher spoke kindly to her. He said, "You already know many words. Now you need courage and practice." Those words stayed in her mind. She realized that fear was stopping her from improving. The next morning, Ayesha made an important decision. She decided she would speak English every single day, even if her sentences were simple and imperfect. This small decision changed her learning journey completely. The first thing Ayesha did was talk to herself in English. She described things around her room. She said, "This is my bag. My bag is blue. I have many books." These were simple sentences, but they helped her become comfortable using English. Fleasing English. Talking to yourself may feel strange at first, but it is a very powerful habit. It gives you practice without pressure. You do not need to worry about mistakes because nobody is judging you. Another helpful tip is speaking slowly. Many learners try to speak too fast because they want to sound fluent immediately, but speaking too fast can create more mistakes and confusion. It is okay to speak slowly. Clear speaking is more important than fast speaking. At first, Ayesha spoke very slowly. She paused many times while searching for words. But she continued speaking calmly. Slowly, her speaking became smoother and more natural. Practicing simple conversations is also very important. Start with easy topics like your family, hobbies, food, or daily routine. Simple conversations help build confidence step by step. Every evening, Ayesha practiced speaking about her day. She said things like, "Today I went to school," or "I ate dinner with my family." This daily practice improved her speaking confidence greatly. Another powerful way to improve speaking is repetition. Repeating useful sentences helps your brain remember them faster. When you repeat phrases often, they become natural in your mind. Ayesha repeated common English expressions every day. She practiced sentences like, "How are you? What are you doing?" And "I understand." After repeating them many times, she could say them easily without thinking too much. Speaking with other people can also help you improve faster. If you have friends learning English, practice together. Do not wait until your English becomes perfect. Practice while you are still learning. Ayesha started practicing with her cousin, who was also learning English. At first, both of them made many mistakes. Sometimes they laughed because their sentences sounded funny. But they kept practicing together every day. Another important thing is not being afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are normal when learning any language. Every mistake teaches you something new. If you wait to become perfect before speaking, you may never start. One day, Ayesha accidentally used the wrong word while speaking with a classmate. She felt embarrassed at first, but then her friend corrected her kindly. Obi. After that, she never forgot the correct word again. That mistake actually helped her learn better. Recording yourself can also. When you listen to your own voice, you notice pronunciation mistakes and speaking habits. This helps you improve step by step. Ayesha started recording herself, reading short English paragraphs. At first, she did not like hearing her voice, but later, she noticed improvement. Her pronunciation became clearer, and her confidence grew stronger. Another good habit is thinking in English. Many learners translate every sentence from their own language into English. This makes speaking slow and difficult. Try to think directly in English using simple thoughts. Ayesha practiced thinking in English while walking outside. She looked at things around her and described them in simple sentences. "See," she thought, "the weather is nice," or "that shop is busy." This habit helped her speak more naturally. Watching English conversations can also help speaking skills. Movies, interviews, and YouTube videos show how real people communicate. You learn useful expressions, pronunciation, and speaking rhythm. Ayesha loved watching simple English interviews online. She listened carefully to how people answered questions. Then she practiced saying similar sentences herself. This helped her sound more natural. Another important thing is confidence. Many learners know enough English to speak, but fear stops them. Confidence grows through action. The more you practice speaking, the more confident you become. At first, Ayesha avoided speaking English in public, but one day, she decided to order food in English at a restaurant where tourists visited. She felt nervous, but she spoke anyway. The worker understood her easily. That small success made her feel proud and motivated. You should also celebrate small improvements. Maybe today you spoke one full sentence without stopping. Maybe you used a new word correctly. These small successes are important. They show your progress. Ayesha kept noticing little improvements in herself. She could answer questions faster. She forgot fewer words while speaking. These small changes made her feel happy and encouraged her to continue. Another useful tip is practicing every day, even for a short time. Speaking for 10 minutes daily is better than practicing once a week for 2 hours. Daily practice keeps English active in your mind. Ayesha created a simple speaking routine. Every morning, she practiced speaking for 10 minutes in front of the mirror. Every night, she practiced short conversations with her cousin. This consistency helped her improve quickly. Patience is also very important. Speaking fluently does not happen overnight. Some days you will feel confident. Other days you may struggle with words. That is normal. Keep practicing anyway. There were moments when Ayesha felt frustrated because she still made mistakes. But then she remembered how silent she used to be before. Now she was speaking every day. That was real progress. One day, her teacher asked the class another question in English. This time, Ayesha raised her hand confidently and answered clearly. Her classmates smiled, and her teacher looked proud. At that moment, she realized how far she had come. Speaking English is like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Do not hide your voice because of fear. Your voice becomes stronger every time you speak. Always remember this. Fluency does not come from perfection. Fluency comes from practice, confidence, and courage. Every conversation helps you improve. So speak more every day. Use simple sentences. Practice without fear. Little by little, English will become easier and more natural for you. Chapter 6. Learn English faster with reading and writing. Reading and writing work together like best friends. Reading gives you new words and sentence ideas, while writing helps you use what you learn. When you practice both every day, your English becomes stronger step by step. A boy named Imran. Imran wanted to speak English fluently. He practiced listening and speaking every day, but he still struggled to make good sentences. Sometimes he forgot words. Sometimes his grammar became confusing. One day, his teacher asked him, "Do you read and write in English every day?" Imran shook his head and said no. His teacher smiled and said, "If you want stronger English, you must also train your eyes and your hands." Imran did not fully understand at first, but later he realized how important reading and writing truly were. The next day, Imran visited a small bookstore. He looked for easy English books and found a simple storybook for children. The sentences were short and easy to understand. He decided to start reading a little every day. At first, reading felt slow for him. He stopped many times to look up words in the dictionary. Sometimes he became tired. But he continued anyway. Slowly, his reading speed improved, and he started understanding more without translating every sentence. One important thing you should remember is to start with easy reading materials. Many learners choose difficult books too early. This can create frustration and make learning feel stressful. Easy books help you build confidence. Imran started with short stories and simple articles. Because the language was easy, he enjoyed reading more. Enjoyment is very important because it helps you continue practicing. Another good habit is reading out loud. Reading silently helps your understanding, but reading out loud also improves pronunciation and speaking confidence. When you hear your own voice, your brain remembers words more clearly. Every evening, Imran read one page out loud in his room. At first, his pronunciation was not very clear. Sometimes he stopped in the middle of sentences. But after weeks of practice, his reading became smoother and more natural. Keeping a vocabulary notebook is also very useful. Whenever you find a new word, write it down with its meaning and an example sentence. 4. C. This helps you remember words better. Imran carried a small notebook everywhere. Whenever he found an interesting word, he wrote it down. Then he tried to use that word in his own sentence. For example, when he learned the word excited, he wrote, "I am excited to learn English." This helped him remember vocabulary more easily. Another powerful reading habit is repetition. Reading the same story more than once helps you understand deeply. The first time, you may focus on understanding the story. The second or third time, you notice new words and sentence patterns. Imran read his favorite short story many times. At first, some sentences felt difficult. But after repeating the story several times, he understood everything clearly. This gave him confidence and improved his reading ability. Now let's talk about writing. Writing is one of the best ways to practice English actively. When you write, you organize your thoughts and create sentences yourself. This strengthens your grammar and vocabulary naturally. In the beginning, Imran felt nervous about writing. He thought his grammar was too weak. But his teacher told him something important. He said, "Do not wait for perfect grammar. Start writing now." So Imran began with very simple sentences. Every night, Imran wrote a short paragraph about his day. He wrote things like, "Today, I visited my friend," or "I watched an English video." These small paragraphs helped him practice daily English naturally. Another useful tip is not worrying too much about mistakes while writing. Many learners stop writing because they fear grammar mistakes. But mistakes are part of learning. Writing regularly is more important than writing perfectly. At first, Imran made many grammar mistakes in his journal. Sometimes his sentences sounded strange. But every mistake taught him something new. Slowly, his writing improved. Writing about topics you enjoy can also make learning easier. If you like sports, write about sports. If you enjoy movies, write movie reviews. Interesting topics keep your motivation strong. Imran loved football, so he often wrote about football, matches, and his favorite players. Because he enjoyed the topic, writing felt fun instead of difficult. Another great habit is copying good English sentences. When you see useful or beautiful sentences in books, write them down. This helps your brain learn sentence structure naturally. Imran copied interesting sentences from the stories he read. Then he changed some words to create his own new sentences. This simple activity improved his sentence-building skills. Reading also improves grammar naturally. Many learners spend years memorizing grammar rules, but still struggle with sentence formation. Reading helps your brain see grammar in real situations. After months of reading regularly, Imran noticed something surprising. He started writing better sentences automatically. He did not think about grammar rules all the time anymore. But he mopor. His brain had learned many patterns naturally through reading. Another helpful tip is writing questions and answers. This improves conversation skills too. You can ask yourself simple questions and answer them in writing. Imran often wrote questions like, "What did I learn today?" or "What are my goals?" Then he answered them in English. This practice improved both his writing and thinking skills. Patience is also very important. Reading and writing improve slowly over time. Some days may feel easy. Other days may feel difficult. That is normal. Keep practicing anyway. There were moments when Imran felt tired of looking up new words, felt slow and difficult. But then he looked at his old notebook and realized how much he had improved. This motivated him to continue. One day, his teacher asked the class to write a short essay in English. A few months earlier, Imran would have felt afraid, but now he felt more confident. He wrote clearly and calmly. His teacher smiled proudly after reading his work. At that moment, Imran understood something very important. Reading and writing had changed his English completely. They had helped him think more clearly, remember more words, and create better sentences. Always remember this. Reading fills your mind with knowledge, and writing helps you use that knowledge. Together, they make your English stronger every day. So read something every day, even if it is only one page. Write something every day, even if it is only a few sentences. Small daily practice creates big progress over time. Chapter 7. Never give up on your English dream. The truth is that every successful English learner once struggled too. Nobody becomes fluent in one day. Fluency comes from patience, practice, and consistency. The most important thing is to keep moving forward, even when progress feels slow. A young woman named Mariam. Mariam dreamed of speaking English fluently. She wanted to travel, meet new people, and feel confident speaking with anyone. In the beginning, she felt very excited. She studied every day and practiced hard. But after some months, Mariam became discouraged. She still made mistakes while speaking. Sometimes she forgot easy words. Sometimes she could not understand fast English speakers. She started thinking, maybe I am not good at languages. One evening, Mariam sat quietly in her room feeling sad. She looked at her old English notebook and remembered how excited she had been when she first started learning. Suddenly, she noticed something important. Months earlier, she could barely write simple sentences. Now she could read stories, understand videos, and speak basic conversations. She realized she had already improved a lot. That moment changed her thinking. She understood that progress is often slow and difficult to notice. Improvement happens little by little every day. Sometimes we forget to see how far we have already come. One important lesson is to celebrate small successes. Many learners only focus on what they cannot do. They forget to celebrate what they can do now. Every new word, every conversation, and every sentence is progress. Mariam started celebrating small achievements. When she learned new vocabulary, she felt proud. When she finished an English book, she rewarded herself with her favorite dessert. These small celebrations made learning more enjoyable. Another important thing is staying positive. Negative thoughts can slow your learning. If you always say, "My English is bad," your confidence becomes weaker. Try to encourage yourself instead. Say things like, "I am improving every day," or "Mistakes help me learn." Mariam began changing the way she spoke to herself. Instead of feeling ashamed about mistakes, she treated mistakes as lessons. This positive mindset gave her more courage to continue practicing. You should also remember that everyone learns at a different speed. Some people improve quickly. Others need more time. Comparing yourself to others can make you feel discouraged. Focus on your own journey instead. Mariam once compared herself to a friend who spoke English fluently. She felt slow and weak. But later she realized something important. Her friend had practiced English for many years. Comparing different journeys was unfair. After that, Mariam focused only on her own progress. Another powerful tip is creating a daily routine. A simple routine helps you stay consistent. You do not need to study for many hours every day. Even small daily practice is powerful. Mariam created a simple English routine. She listened to English in the morning, practiced speaking in the afternoon, and read before sleeping. Some days she only studied for a short time, but she practiced every single day. Another important thing is finding joy in learning. If learning feels like punishment, you may lose motivation. Try to enjoy the process. Learn through stories, songs, games, movies, or conversations. Mariam loved watching English movies. At first, she watched with subtitles. Later, she understood more without them. Watching movies made learning fun and exciting for her. There will also be difficult days. Sometimes you may feel tired or frustrated. That is normal. Taking small breaks is okay. Resting does not mean giving up. Rest helps you return stronger. One week, Mariam felt mentally exhausted. She could not focus on studying. Instead of forcing herself too hard, she took a short break. She listened to relaxing music and spent time with family. After resting, she felt fresh and motivated again. Another important thing is believing in yourself. Confidence grows slowly through practice and patience. You may not feel confident today, but every step you take is building your future confidence. Mariam remembered how afraid she once felt speaking English. Now she could hold simple conversations without fear. Her confidence had grown naturally through practice. You should also surround yourself with supportive people. Encouraging friends, teachers, or learning partners can make a huge difference. Positive people help you stay motivated during difficult times. Mariam joined an online English group where learners practiced together every week. Everyone encouraged each other and shared learning tips. This community made her feel less alone on her journey. Another helpful lesson is focusing on progress, not perfection. Perfection is impossible. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. The goal is communication, not perfection. One day, Mariam spoke English with a tourist visiting her city. She made a few grammar mistakes, but the tourist understood her easily. After the conversation, she realized something important. Communication matters more than perfect grammar. Patience is one of the biggest secrets to success. Language learning is like planting a tree. In the beginning, growth feels slow. But if you continue watering the tree every day, it becomes stronger and taller over time. Mariam finally understood this deeply. She stopped expecting instant results. Instead, she trusted the process and continued practicing daily. Another powerful habit is remembering your reason for learning English. Maybe you want better opportunities. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to understand movies, books, or songs. Your reason gives you strength during difficult moments. Whenever Miriam felt discouraged, she remembered her dream of speaking confidently with people from around the world. This dream kept her motivated. One evening, Miriam watched an old video recording of herself speaking English. She noticed how nervous and quiet she had sounded before. Then, she compared it to her current speaking ability. The difference amazed her. She realized how much she had grown through daily effort. At that moment, Mariam smiled proudly. She understood that success is not about being perfect. Success is about continuing, even when things feel difficult. Always remember this. Every word you learn matters. Every mistake teaches you something. Every day of practice brings you closer to fluency. Your English journey may not always feel easy, but it is worth it. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep reading, keep writing. Most importantly, keep believing in yourself. One day, you will look back and feel proud of how far you have come. The fear you once felt will become confidence. The difficult sentences you once struggled with will become natural. Step by step, your English dream will become real. Thank you for being part of this journey. I hope these chapters helped you feel motivated and inspired.